Hey guys, welcome back to Maxcast, Dawn of War Unification. Today I have another 1 vs 1 for you on Fata Morga. On the northern side, playing more or less his signature Raven Guard, it is DANTIST. On the southern side, playing Salamanders, it is again ELM. And I actually looked up this guy for the last cast. ELM, it's Russian or Cyrillic letters translating to Aysuara, and then some Chinese letters translating to Chinese, so I will call him Aysuara. And I also noticed that he played about 3,000 odd games of vanilla or something. Most of it is Tau, so I guess he's kind of good. Kek also watching here, not the developer Kek, another Kek. And yeah, so I may as well give it a go if he plays against DANTIST, who we know is very good, and especially good with the Raven Guard over here. He goes for 3 scouts into Brother Captain, and Mr. Aysuara goes for also 3 scouts into tactical marines and doomfire grenades. As you can get them without an armory, you can get them right away. You will not get the grenades on the scouts, however, as the scouts sergeant has the grenades for them, not the squad itself. So yeah, you will only get them from 1 squad for now. But we have seen this quite a lot, where Salamanders tend to go for more units over a commander unit. So I'm kind of interested to see in here. A lot of texting here. Hopefully this stops a bit, because this is getting a bit annoying, especially if I can't read it. Or maybe it's not as bad if you can't read it. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Now in comes these first scouts over here, but these scouts from the Salamanders will endure it, and also with the tech marine support he will actually try to go into melee. I think he could also just stand here for a bit. In comes the doomfire grenades. Will they be used directly on these scout marines? I mean, there's nothing else of worth being using it for now. Maybe he doesn't know if there's some tactical marines or anything. Brother Captain over here doing what commanders in the early game do like best, killing workers or killing listening posts. For now he's focusing on the listening posts. And yeah, the tactical marines are on the other side, so they cannot be helping out here. There's also no generator, so there will be no upgraded listening posts whatsoever. There's only one other tech marine that could help, but yeah, you see the slow and stun. I think yeah, the chances for it got lowered a bit, as it's basically a force commander with a jetpack. So he still has the slow and stun chance, but it's a little lower in percentage. Now trying to peeling up some models, but also getting a lot of damage dealt in return. Not sure if this is in the end worth it or not. Doomfire grenades thrown at these scouts surviving it for now. And yeah, you see also the tech marine artificer also trying to get into melee, so that the tech marines cannot fire. So this is interesting. We have a generator opener for DANTIST, so this should, if he can fend this early aggression off, this should favor him economically. We have 68 and 0 and 60, 74 and 15, so economy, it is in favor for DANTIST. But yeah, he gets pressured quite a lot with a more or less fully reinforced scouts and fully reinforced tactical marine squad, killing 1 builder, killing 1 scout, question mark. I think yeah, 1 scout squad died as well, so he's pressured pretty hard, so the brother captain has to go back. And that's a bit of an issue over here. Okay, this didn't got built either. He needs to get another tech marine, yeah, to get this point out. So this is also kind of painful for Salamanders. But in comes now the brother captain, already half health because he got shot by these scouts. And there's an upgraded listening post, as he had a generator he could afford it. So we have now, I think, this all turning in favor for DANTIST quite a lot, I have to say. I think from the resources I saw a generator being dropped, or another, okay, some reinforcements in the end. Okay, so he needs 2 generators to take up, and there's a second squad of tactical marines actually throwing the doomfire grenades, and this tech marine artificer killing it, and they're not cheap, I think, at least not as cheap. The hunt begins now, being researched, so they can infiltrate soonish. So you will need some scalp ropes, and again the tier 1 aggression. DANTIST does not have his relic captured or built up, but he has upgraded points to make up for it, like all upgraded points, so he can leave this relic for now. These tactical marines actually using their sprint to get into melee. They will not hit a lot if they are using their sprint, neither in melee nor in range. But Oops, my PC for somehow being a bit shaky here. Guess there's some weird software in the background. Yeah, and we have a melee brawl over here. Melee's tactical marines of the Salamanders versus the melee troops of the Raven Guard, and I would assume that the Salamanders in general would be favored here as they have some more HP and stuff, and also having these Doomfire grenades in this mosh pit over here. Actually, the brother captain being murdered by a tactical marine over here, so this is a fight that turns more and more in favor for the Salamanders. Salamanders also have higher model count in the squads as the Raven Guard, but there's the armory researching. I think they researched bionics or something. That would make sense. These are tier 1 upgrades. Now we need to change sides to say that the hunt begins. The hunt begins, really, you see? And now we have 98 and 15 against 80 and 20. So he is trying to catch up, upgrading some points. So you will more or less even the tide. We do not have a tier 2 for any of the players. It's a prolonged tier 1 fight. But we have an armory on the side of DANTIST, which should favor him because he can get upgrades. So bionics it is now. So it wasn't bionics at first. Must have been plasma pistol, I guess. We will see it. Yes, plasma pistol was the first upgrade. Now bionics. We also have now a skull probe. The skull probe seems to be also infiltrated. No, then we wouldn't be able to see it. In comes the Dark Fury Assault Squad, basically the ASM, and this should now turn more or less against the Salamanders. There's the tactical squad, there's the captain, there's the Dark Fury Assault Squad, scouts, everything in the book. Even some flamers now being added to these tactical marines, so this retreat is very painful. The scouts actually turning right to the capture. The power weapons have been researched, so we have now a Thunder Hammer on the force commander. No other sergeant here, so it's mainly or only basically the force commander being being buffed by this. I mean, forcing the models that get lost in the process. Upgrade listen post is soon to be there, but yeah, a lot of models lost in the meantime. I mean, the Dark Fury isn't cheap, but I think this is all worth it in the end. The target is also now being afforded, and yeah, he needs something to fall back to, and this listening post is trying to beat that point, but yeah, standing here will also just allow your brother captain to be able to do more bonking business over here. Also the Dark Fury Assault Squad is nimble to jump out of this, and yeah, no other upgraded points to stay here. This brother captain is more or less full health. This Dark Fury Assault Squad now turning against these builders. Tier 2 seems to finish for Salamanders. Tier 2 is on the way for DANTIST. You can tell it on these little thingies here that if these are, I think he is tier 2. I would assume so. It's the question, what does he do with his tier 2? Oh, that rhymed actually pretty good. As he is adding more generators, I guess he wants to get into Razorbacks, I guess. More or less best vehicle option for them. Dark Fury being annoying, trying to kill some generators, and generators killing they can pretty well. We have a full squad of 6, but in comes another Doomfire grenades, dealing a hell of a lot of damage. As this is an AoE ability, it makes of course more damage the more models squad has. 2 of them being really low. Generators are now finished, so I am expecting an anvil being dropped any second now. Yeah. No! It's actually a Promethean cult, so he wants to go, and then to be honest, 2 generators doesn't make sense. If you go for Promethean cult with then the Primaris and everything, this is way too much power. He needs to invest his power right away in upgrading. Okay, he has more or less upgraded all his points, but he needs to upgrade this point as well, or added an anvil as well, because this is too much power to have around and too less requisition. Tier 2 is also finished for DANTIST. We see more upgrades now. The second level of bionics. We will see now the more Daytan being used again. Raven's Spire. Oh, he either did a mistake or this is on purpose. The Raven Spire is the HQ. He built another HQ. How much money does he have? Don't get me wrong. A Raven Spire. I think this is a mistake. He wanted to build he wanted to build a vehicle facility, which, yeah, kind of looks similar for multi-sub factions. Yeah, so this is actually funny. It will pay for itself relatively quickly. It will pay for itself better than an LP3, for example, by a lot. Dark Fury Assault Squad over here now with a one it is the Rudder Captain being here as well. Is he getting this? No, he's not getting this. Eating a lot of damage actually in the process. They will have a Sergeant momentarily, and the Sergeant will have now a Power Sword and a Plasma Pistol, so he is actually pretty powerful. Now we have some capturing going on. This critical hit is on Dantist and this one as well, but we do not have a Take and Hold enabled. This is more or less just economy. Promethean Cult is done. We have Tactical Marines and more Tactical Marines, and we get some Paramas. What is he doing? Chaplain and the Banner Bearer. So is he getting like 3 Kings around? You would. I'm not really sure what he's going. The Banner Bearer and the Chaplain. I think the Chaplain for the Salamanders has an damage buffing ability, and there they are. There they are. But you hear it already. There are snipers around. More daytime in the middle. This was more or less the go-to thing to do when the Primaris Furnace first released, as they were way too strong in their first release. So you put tag a Banner Bearer in the vicinity and the Chaplain buff, and then would go ham. They would deal absurd amount of damage. Now the damage is more balanced. It is still a valid combo to buff them up, as they're Primaris and they're doing a lot of damage. Actually adding a turret as well is Dantist over here, and they have an assault cannon turret, which is pretty mean against infantry. Now the new Ravenspire is here, and he's like, oh, I wanted to get something else. Now getting Deliverance Kit, so his economy is actually exploding now that he has it. Not sure why he did get the Ravenspire. I think this was a mistake still. Or this was the absolute BM move, could also be. Chaplain is now here, Banner Bearer is here, but he's tagging back in his base. Is he getting... Okay, Librarian is more durable mobile detection, so he can have 1 in each squad. Here's the Chaplain, here should be the Banner Bearer. Where's the Banner Bearer actually? Did it get sniped? There's some snipers at least around. Could have been that he was sniped. That would be quite mean. Sniper Banner Bearer. Wukon's Anvil and Librarian. I think with the Librarian you have an option here to go. Actually upgrading this to a... upgrade this turret to infiltrate nearby units. Ooh, sneaky. Upgrading LPC, so he is more or less... What was this game? What is this? No real fight in the end. ELM was like, I have no idea. Okay, maybe he was a bit pissed by these snipers killing off his models, especially the Banner Bearer and everything. He was just sitting here and... Okay, so very weird ending, I have to say. But the writing was more or less on the wall with Dantist. She goes going for the Librarian Codicer, whatever, as well. So he more or less had a lead here and was bunkering down. There was no way that Take and Hold would get him back. And ELM or Ayzura was getting models picked off left, right and center by this very annoying Daytan for him, more Daytan. So he was more or less, I think, a little unhappy with the game. A bit of a weird ending here, but this is sometimes how these games go. Not every game is an absolutely kicker here, but I like the early engagements. I like the tactical usage, like, are you attacking, are you defending? And in the end, the economy game for Dantist pretty much paid off here. He got a generator. Ayzura did not. He did go for the grenades, but only got for 1 squad of tacticals. If you go for the grenades, I would say you need at least 2 right away, and then add a 3rd one to make the most of these grenades, because you spend a hell of a lot of power and time for that. So maybe this was some inexperience on this side. On the other side, Raven Guard is more or less one of the signature factors of Dantist, so makes sense that he knows how to play them and what to do and what not. Okay, without further talking, thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next video. Bye bye!